Hi, I'm Peter Sidwell and welcome to my kitchen. I have got another wonderful recipe for you. Want to share it with you before my kids find it and tuck in. Now it's cornflake chicken. So lovely crispy golden chicken goujons, all wrapped up in a mixture of cornflakes and breadcrumbs so they are super crispy. And then an amazing barbecue dip to go in there. So, okay, first thing you need to do, get yourself organised. You've got your chicken strips on a plate there. So if you're using chicken breast, just cut them into strips. On a plate, ready, hands washed. Then you want a bowl of flour. Now it doesn't matter if you've got wholemeal, plain, self-raising, doesn't matter. Just the flour there in a bowl, ready. Okay, you want 3 free-range eggs, and then you also want a few breadcrumbs, not many. If you haven't got any, don't worry. Grab a couple of crusts, put them in the toaster, toast them, and then blend them in the food processor so they're nice and crispy. And then you want a bowl of cornflakes, okay? For the dipping sauce, all you need is ketchup, brown sauce, soy sauce, and a little bit of Chinese 5-spice, and that's it. Non-stick baking tray, just drizzle it with a little bit of oil. You need very little for this job. First thing you need to do, okay, is pour your flour onto a plate. A little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper is a good idea, I think, for flavour. Crack your eggs into a bowl and beat them together with a fork, is fine. Then take your breadcrumbs and your cornflakes, put them into a plastic bag, and then just scrunch them all up, break them up as much as you can. Use a rolling pin, roll it, and get them all nice and fine. Once you've got that, pour them onto a plate, spread them out. Nice big surface area helps. Okay, now it's really important when you're doing this is you keep one hand for dry and one hand for wet. If you use both in the egg or anything that's had egg in, you're gonna get in a right mess. So try to discipline yourself. One hand for dry, one hand for wet. Okay, so take your chicken pieces, pop them into the flour, dip them both sides, do about 3 or 4 at a time. Lift the chicken pieces out of the flour and then dip them into the egg mixture, and then from the egg mixture into the cornflake and breadcrumbs. That hand is done now. Take it away from the chicken. Use the other hand to pick up the breadcrumbs and sprinkle it on the top. Carefully pick them up, turn them over, roll them around in the cornflakes and the breadcrumbs, lift them up, and then pop them straight onto a non-stick tray. Once you've done all the chicken pieces, find a little drizzle of oil on the top if you want to. Just helps the tops golden and go really nice and crispy. Pop them in the oven, 160 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes, and they're done. So while they're in the oven, let's make the sauce. So, saucepan on the heat, low heat, doesn't need a lot of cooking this. All we're gonna do is bring it up to the boil. So while the pan's warming up, in with 2 big tablespoons of brown sauce, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can use light or dark, it's entirely up to you. Then you want a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice, bring it up to the boil, and a squeeze of lime juice. And that just really kind of cuts through the sweetness and gives that nice balance of sweet, sour, salty, makes a delicious barbecue sauce. Pour that into a bowl ready for serving. When the chicken is ready, lift it out of the oven and then transfer them onto a plate. If it's for the kids, you might just want to serve it straight away. Now for me, I'm going to sprinkle it with a few sesame seeds, then I've got some spring onions and some fresh chilli. If that's more for the grown-ups, it's entirely up to you. If you want this recipe, go to kitchencraft.co.uk and you'll find it there, along with loads of other recipes to give you some great ideas of what to cook in your kitchen.